People love money, and you can't blame them. More money equals better life. Money does, in fact, buy happiness. But money, it's hard to get. You are forced to work this job that you don't want for 40 hours a week so that you can barely afford an apartment with 6 other people.
Yeah, baby!
So naturally, people are innovators. And when they want money, they start thinking of, oh, what are some better ways, some easier ways to get money? Is it selling feet pictures on OnlyFans? Is it scamming people with cryptocurrencies? No, you have ugly feet and you're not smart enough to do the second one. So what might the answer be? Gambling. Back in the day, if you wanted to gamble, you would have to physically walk into a casino, an environment so thick with cigarette smoke that your lungs just could not compete. Every breath was a gamble of its own. And if the smoke did not get to you, what might be worse were the people that have been sitting at the same slot machine for the last 36 hours. They've not added no deodorant. They've not gotten up and their stench has just been combining on itself. I don't know though. I'm 19. I've been to one casino in my life, so this is just what I've heard. But now you can gamble from everywhere, really. I mean, you can pretty much gamble everything your entire family line has made on your couch. And it's not some niche or fringe thing. You're not seen as edgy if you gamble. You are just normal. And in fact, you're probably weird if you're not gambling. Okay, before we continue in the video, I want to say thank you all for watching my last video. If you are new here, thank you. Keep watching, please. I'm trying. Okay, let's get back to the video. What really pushed gambling into like an everyday mainstream thing is sports gambling. That's in my not so professional opinion. A lot of people aren't even fans of the sports they're gambling on. They just kind of have money on if a striker is gonna run through the field. I mean, if you scroll on any TikTok of some niche sport, ping pong, pickleball, stuff like that, that's like low tier sports, it doesn't really get that many TV viewers. All the comments will be like, where can I gamble on this? Did y'all see that sperm racing thing? The gambling was crazy. The numbers for gambling is insane. Like the Super Bowl, the biggest game of the year in America at least. It's basically turned into the biggest gambling event in the country. In 2025 alone, Americans were expected to legally bet around $1.39 billion. And you might be thinking, that's not that crazy. I mean, you'd be crazy if you said that's not that crazy, but just get ready for this next number because that's just the legal number. If you include everything, office pools, shady apps, your Uncle Dave taking bets on a Facebook group chat, it is estimated that it goes as high as $23 billion on that single game. Have y'all heard of a little country called Jamaica? Its GDP is $23 billion. Gambling is just everywhere you look. I mean, you really can't get away from it. You open your phone, there's gambling site ads. You watch a sports game, there's odds on the TV screen. Next, there's gonna be gambling ads and books. And the sports aren't trying to hide it. No, of course not. Why would they? It's making them so much money. Yeah, sure, at the start, there might have been people like, oh, we don't want gambling to be in our stuff. That probably made them dip down a little bit, but the money they were making from the gambling sites was so much higher that it didn't matter. But at this point, no one really cares about it. So their profits.
Like the bird?
All customers, head to the DraftKings Sportsbook app to claim your free bet now.
Kev, your face is delicious.
And it's just so easy to gamble now. Before, you had to go somewhere to lose your money. It had to be a thing. Now you can just do it in your bed, half asleep at like 2 in the morning. And the apps are a perfect example of how they have gamified gambling. I mean, they've been gamifying gambling for years. Just look at the slot machines. It literally looks like a child's dream. And nightmare. There's bright colors, confetti, animations, anything to keep your mind activated and to make it seem like, oh shoot, you're not spending money. It's just a game. It's just a game. You're not really spending money. But instead of coins, it's your rent. And because it's really so, I mean, I touched on this earlier, but it's so normalized that no one questions it really. If you were watching sports with your boys, you were watching some sports with your boys or girls, and you were like, yo, why is there so many gambling ads? They'd be like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Grow up. And not gambling is kind of just weird at this point. In my family, at least my grandparents, they gambled a lot. And technically, I've been gambling since I was like 8 years old. I mean, back then it was not my money. It was my grandparents' quarters. It doesn't really count, but I've only really gambled like 2 or 3 times in my life. Luckily for me, I'm at a net positive because the first time I ever gambled, I won like 800 bucks. And both other times I've lost, but it's not been 800 bucks. But it's always just the $10 entry. Like, oh, just put $10 on it, right? It's just $10. But then it's $20 and then $30 and $50 and $100, and before you know it, you cannot win it back. You're chasing a never-ending loss. And gambling is not normalized because people are suddenly smart with their money. People are not richer, they don't have more funds.
The reason that people feel broke today is because the purchasing power of our dollar from 1970 to 2025 has declined by 87%.
If anything, people are poorer now. The average people are poorer, and that's why it works. Because they need to get out of this hole. They feel like, I need a big win in life to be free. But the way they're doing it is just going to put them deeper in the hole. And the big companies that want you to gamble are just happy. They're like, yes, keep spending all your money. Don't pay rent this month. I was watching a show recently called Abbott Elementary, and there's one episode where one of the teachers starts gambling on a phone app. But because of the way it is formatted, she doesn't even realize she is gambling. And I feel like that is, she's an older lady, of course, but I feel like that is probably happening in the real world.
I do some research, make a few informed decisions, and bam, they give me more money back.
Wait, you're using your real money for this?
But I use it to buy fun bucks, and then if I log in 3 days in a row, they give me 4 fun bucks for free.
What's so crazy to me is I was sitting at Chili's one time. I was getting the triple dipper. I was looking up at the TV and I saw a football game. It was NFL was over, and I seen it was the UFL. But on the UFL, they do something interesting. They don't shy away from the gambling at all. The odds are on the screen at all times. At every point of the game, the odds are there. It doesn't try to hide them. It wants you to bet. But then, suddenly, sports gambling wasn't enough. Apps like Kalshi and Polymarket make it so that you can literally bet on anything. The idea is basically, why stop at sports when you can gamble on reality itself? Are you wondering if your dog will poop on the walk you are about to take it on? Do you want to know if you need to take a bag or not? Well, go on Polymarket and there will be percentage on it with $20,000 worth of bets. If something can happen, there will be betting on it, and people are actually putting money in it. And this is where it gets kind of sneaky, because once you're comfortable betting on sports, betting on everything else doesn't really seem that crazy anymore. It's just like the next step. Not as gambling, but these websites call it trading, like you are a stock investor. And this is obviously not an accident. They're doing it because legality, number one, but also it makes the consumer feel better. If a person was like, I lost $200 while gambling, I would be like, why are you gambling then? But I lost $200 in the market, I'd be like, oh shoot, well, at least you tried, because it sounds more professional. And you can literally, I'm gonna show some of the bets you can make. It's betting on war, betting on what the president's gonna say, betting on literally everything. It doesn't matter. It's the same outcome, different branding, and it works. Every media form is pushing it. Like I said earlier, if you've been on TikTok in the last year or so, you have seen the worst prank videos you have ever seen in your life, probably worse than 2016 prank YouTube videos, and then there will be a rain bet ad in the middle of them.
No, call the police. And you got the big mouse in here. Come here. Come here. Because I don't... He's at a mouse out of that box. He just put it in your store. I think it came back here. Open the box. I think it's empty. I think he let it out.
They sent us I had to.
Where is it?
I've got a 19 on Rainbet. Rainbet sent us.
No, you cannot put the mouse here.
There will be no hashtag ad, no saying it's a sponsorship, no comment saying it's a sponsorship, but it's obviously a sponsorship. And you know TikTok is a place for everyone, really. I mean, I feel like at this point, TikTok is just as big as YouTube. Everyone's watching it from ages way too young to way too old. A few years ago, I felt like TikTok was kind of a teenager app, really. Like maybe 20 to 13, like 6+ years ago. It's been a while since it's been that. But now it is everyone, and everyone includes kids, which is why this is an issue. We don't want kids gambling. But you know who does want kids to gamble? video games. Oh my god, that was a perfect transition. That was a goated transition. A lot of video games have a children audience. Of course, not all of them. And of course, I'm gonna preface all this talk is that the parents need to step in. Obviously, it's not TikTok's job to parent your children. It's not video games' job to parent your children. It's not the TikTokers' job to parent your children. Still, advertising to kids gambling is not okay. Like I said, a lot of video games have a children audience, and a lot of video games love this thing called mystery boxes, where basically you spend money and you can get something. You can get a random thing. One of the most popular games of all time is called Counter-Strike, and there are streamers whose entire job, whose entire livelihood is to open these boxes. Open these crates on stream. But what are the worst form of this is games called gacha games, which the entire point of the game is to gamble. The biggest gacha game of all time probably is Genshin Impact, and if you have ever played that, you know that it is a gambling simulator. If you want to do anything in the game, you're gonna have to drain hundreds of dollars. And it's not alone. There's so many of these because people know it's so profitable. And if you've looked at Genshin Impact's art, I'm gonna put some right now, it is obviously made for children. But I don't really know, I'm not some genius, I just saw an issue and wanted to talk about it. If you did enjoy this video, like and subscribe. And if you didn't, then I'm sorry. But why are you still here? Comment something, comment how much money you've lost while gambling, and I will like it. Please, bro, I need comments, please.